What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. How y'all guys doing? Nice Tuesday slate, 6-gamer tonight. We had 7 games tonight, but one's already been postponed. Got postponed like the other day, so we got 6 games today. Excited to break this down with you guys. There's still plenty of news that we're waiting on. Jaylen Brown is still questionable. Kyle Anderson is still questionable. There's another big name. I can't remember who else is questionable. Jimmy Butler questionable. So we still got a lot of news we're waiting on. We got word LaMarcus Aldridge is out, so that makes the Spurs a little bit more appealing. That definitely opens up some guys from the Spurs that I do like. We'll talk about, Jakob Poeltl, Trey Lyles, I think are solid plays now. Hope you guys had a great day. If you got any questions for this slate, put them in the chat. I'll be sure to answer them. We'll get started, break down the slate for the next hour or so, and answer all your guys' questions. But what's up, T-Bone? What's up, ESO Plays? Anthony, CL Smooth? Appreciate you guys being here, man. What's up, Noah? Thanks again for the content. Hey, I appreciate that, T-Bone. Thanks for always being here, T-Bone. You're one of the regulars for sure. I appreciate the support, man. What's up, Noah? Let's get this money tonight. Hey, DC, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Lyles is going to be a good pickup today. Yeah, I agree. I think now that LaMarcus Aldridge is out, I think Lyles is a really good option. I mean, I think he's 4,200 on DK. He's already been getting pretty big minutes lately since they put him in the starting lineup. And now that there's no Aldridge, it's very likely that Trey Lyles gets, at least 30 minutes tonight. We will need to watch the status of Keldon Johnson, though. That is pretty important. Keldon Johnson, he's currently questionable. He hasn't played in a while. There's a good chance, even if he does play, that he's going to be limited somehow. They might not even start him. He could come off the bench. But we'll just have to watch, because if Keldon Johnson plays, I think that makes me a little bit less interested in Trey Lyles, just because that's, one more body they have. But I still think Lyles would be appealing. Obviously, Lyles, though, would be a really good play if Johnson's out as well. What's up, Noah and everyone? I want to wish everyone good luck tonight. Let's get that money. Hey, Patrick, let's get it, man. Good luck to you as well. What's up, Noah? I think me and you in the same boat. Been in a slump lately. Last night was terrible. Got to get back winning. Yeah, I've been in a big slump primetime. Basically, the whole month of February was bad for me. The All-Star break's soon. It's in a couple of days, so I'm pretty excited just to get a break, get a couple days off. I haven't took any slates off this year. I've played basically every single slate this year, so it's going to be nice. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, there's going to be no games, so going to get about 5 days off. That should be nice for sure. Ja Collins or Porter Jr., if they're all the same cost, I think I would take Ja Morant there. I really like Ja Morant tonight. I think him and J Val are both great plays from Memphis. Nice to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Hey, Crockford, hope all is well with you as well. Should I go with Bane if Kyle Anderson ends up out? Yeah, Bane's going to be a great value. I think Bane's already a good value because he's going to start with Grayson Allen out, but I'd like him even more if Anderson were to sit as well. Need a win tonight or I might retire? Hey, I feel you, JP. It's been a struggle for me too, man. What's up, Noah? Sorry I haven't been very active lately in your streams much, but I've been a bit. But I've had a lot of school and sports, just haven't been busy. Should be able to stay for a lot today. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dylan. You're always in here pretty often, so I appreciate the support, man. Thank you. What's good? Hey, what's up, Zachary? What's up, man? Love what you're doing. I appreciate that little hustle. I appreciate that. What's up, Noah? What's up, King Carter? What's up, man? We think about Bane and Winslow in the same lineup. I'm fine with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Mark Bray, $10 super chat. Hey, thank you, Mark Bray. Thank you again for the donation, man. He says, thanks for your guidance, Noah. Cashed last night with 305 points, even playing PJ Dozier and Miles Bridges, getting me a whopping 29 points. LOL, 4x ROI. Hey, 4x ROI, Mark. I'll take that any day of the week, man. So good job, Mark. Good job. And thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. I assume you didn't play PJ Washington last night like I did, and like I'm sure a lot of you did as well. Scored 315 last night, back to make it even more, my friend. Hey, good stuff, David. That was a pretty good score last night because last night's slate was, definitely lower scoring with all the Charlotte players busting, with all them being so popular. Any love for Bogdanovich if he gets 20 minutes? Probably not. I don't think he's even that cheap. What's Bogdanovich's price? Oh, he has minimum salary. Yeah, I just don't know how many minutes he plays. I mean, he's been out for so long. He's been out for almost 2 months. I don't think I can go to Bogdanovich. Unless we get clarity on his minutes. If we can get a specific number, then maybe. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go there, honestly. What's up, Noah? Hey, what's up, Skywalker? What's up, man? Westbrook, Jokic, and Randall, or Beal, Tatum, assuming Brown's out, and Giannis for cash. I would take the second one there. Assuming Brown's out, I'd take Tatum, Giannis, and Beal. How do you feel about Booker? I'm fine with Booker on this slate. I think he's more of a tournament play. I don't know if I'd get there like in cash games in my optimal build. But yeah, tournaments. Totally fine with Devin Booker. I mean, he's always in play for me for tournaments because just we know the upside that Devin Booker has on a nightly basis. It's just the upside or those ceiling games have been a lot random. They've been a lot more random this year for Booker. It's harder to predict when he's going to have those ceiling games. For one Yahoo line, are you feeling building around Yahoo? Are you feeling around building around Yahoo or going with a few $40 takes and more well-rounded? I mean, you're saying I don't know who you're saying building around, but there's on Yahoo, I think, the mid-range looks really good. I don't know if I'm going to be spending up for a lot of the $50 guys on Yahoo because you have Moran, J-Val are really underpriced. John Collins is still nicely priced. Michael Porter Jr. is still cheap on Yahoo, so I don't think it's going to be like a stars and scrubs slate, I don't think. You think the value is solid enough to fit Giannis and Jokic in the same lineup? I mean, there's some values that I like. I like Desmond Bane for cheap if he's starting again. If Jimmy Butler gets ruled out, there will be some guys in the 5K range from the Heat that are really good plays, like Dragic and Nunn. You could probably make it work. I don't know if I'm going to force it, but, I mean, you could probably make it work if you wanted to go that way. Please talk me off Monte Morris. I mean, he's going to get the minutes. He's going to play like 30 to 32 minutes. I wish he was cheaper. The upside on Monte Morris is not that high, but he's in play. I don't think he's like a top option for me, though, or someone I'd be starting my lineup with. Lonzo's performance last night surprised me. I was about to pick him, but he went with Conley. Yeah, I don't know what Lonzo finished with. I didn't play Lonzo last night. Thanks, Noah. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you as well, Hunter. Good luck, man. Could you play George and Leonard? I don't know if I'd play him in the same lineup, but yeah, you could definitely play either one. I don't have a problem with either. I think, especially Kawhi. Kawhi does feel a little bit too cheap today. I don't know if this is a slate, though, where I would be playing Kawhi and PG in the same lineup. Who would you go with, Joker or J-Val for center in GPPs? I mean, they're two totally different price ranges. When you factor in price, I think I'd rather save the salary and play Joe-Val and then spend up elsewhere. But it all comes down to your lineup, how you construct it. Feels good knowing I'm not alone in this slump world. I thought it was just me. Hey, Chris, dude, I've been in a major slump, man. Major slump. Like I said, the entire month of February was just, God, it was terrible. I'm ready for this All-Star break, to be honest with you. Rose, Beal, Tatum, Kawhi, Collins, Jonas, Bane. You got a guard and util for $8,200. I mean, guard, I don't know if there's really any guards that cheap that I like. Because you already have Bane in there. Bane's the one cheap guy I have interest in. I mean, for forward, you could go with Trey Lyles, assuming that, Keldon Johnson's out. I don't know what that would leave you with guard. I guess you could play Justice Winslow, assuming you don't already have him. I guess you could play Winslow and Lyles there. No, I enjoy what you bring, and it's entertaining and efficient. Hey, I appreciate that, Dan. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for everything, Brody. What are your favorite studs point per dollar after Giannis and Jokic? I mean, I don't think I'm going to be paying up for anyone else besides those two. Westbrook, I think, is fine. Bradley Beal's a fine option, but we got to wait and see if Jaylen Brown plays. Because if Jaylen Brown's out, then I think Tatum's a really good pay-up option. But I'm not playing Tatum if Jaylen Brown's in. So we kind of got to wait there. I think Bam would be a really good pay-up option if Jimmy gets ruled out. But if Jimmy plays, I don't have that much interest in Bam. Like I said, I think the 7K range looks really good today. There's a lot of guys in the 7K, 6K range that are too cheap in my opinion. Like John Morant, J-Val, those Memphis guys. John Collins I still think is a little bit too cheap for the upside that he's shown this year. Even though it's hard to predict when you get those big John Collins games. They're still there. He still can do that. Let's secure the bag, man. Slump can't hold us down. Hey, let's try and get it, Jason. That's the goal, man. How many Grizzlies are too many? I probably wouldn't want to play 4, I don't think. Unless Kyle Anderson gets ruled out, then I could see playing 4. I think playing 3 Grizzlies is totally fine. Probably would only go to 4, though, if Anderson gets ruled out. Because if Anderson gets ruled out, then there's going to be even more value from Memphis. Dylan Brooks okay as the last piece in? Yeah, I'm fine with Dylan Brooks as the last piece in. Don't mind that at all. Collins or MPJ? Yeah, that's a close one for me. I think I probably prefer MPJ, but it is close. I do like both those guys a good amount, Collins and MPJ. Met Giannis, not Yahoo. Oh, I got you, man. You answered the question, though. Thanks, Noah. Sure thing, Corey. Sure thing. J-Val, John Morant, Giannis, and middle for cash, Cast, and D-Rose. What do you think? I mean, J-Val, Ja, I really like. Giannis, if you can fit him in, I really like. D-Rose is in play. Chris Middleton, I'm not really on. I don't have that much interest in Chris Middleton, especially now that Drew Holiday's back. I don't really want to pay that price for Chris Middleton. But the rest is good. So you run it up with Spurs and Nuggets and me, Memphis tonight, and maybe Giannis. I mean, Like, I want to get Giannis, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get him in. We just got to wait and see, what value opens up, if any value. But, like, if Jaylen Brown gets ruled out, if Jimmy gets ruled out, then I think I'm going to be going to guys, like Tatum. I'm just going to save the salary and play a guy like Tatum. Save the salary and play a guy like Bam Adebayo. Just don't know if this is a slate where I'm going to be jamming in Giannis. And normally I love to play Giannis. Like, he's someone I always play when I can. Just don't know if I can get there tonight. We'll see. Hit that like button, know you the go. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bobby. Yeah, hit the like button, guys, as always, man. Appreciate all you being here. Hit the like button on your way in, for sure. Like Ayton or Collins, I'm fine with both. If I had to choose one, I'd prefer John Collins, but I'm fine with both. Jokic or Giannis? Give me Giannis today. You like any Boston guys? It depends if Jaylen Brown plays. If Jaylen Brown plays, not really, but if Jaylen Brown's out, then I really like Kemba and I really like Tatum again. And those are going to be two great plays, once again, if Jaylen Brown's out. Joker versus Greek, who should get more fantasy points? I think I'd prefer Giannis, so give me Giannis. Is Schroeder in play? Yeah, I'm totally fine with Dennis Schroeder on this slate. I think he's for sure viable. He does feel, a little bit too cheap. He's still going to get over 30 minutes. His usage increases with AD off the floor. The matchup isn't great, but Schroeder should be over 6K whenever AD's out, so we're still getting a little bit of a discount on him. I do like Schroeder on this slate. Rank your favorite 7K options. Well, definitely Moran and J-Val are like towards the top of my list. Really like both of them in in this great matchup. John Collins, Michael Porter Jr. I like quite a bit in the mid-range. Now that LaMarcus Aldridge is out, I think Jakob Poeltl becomes a solid center play. I like Derozan a lot more now that LaMarcus Aldridge is out. So those are kind of the guys I'm looking to in that mid-range. And obviously Kemba would be a really good play as well if Jaylen Brown gets ruled out. There's just so many guys in that range that I really like today that I don't know if I'm going to be jamming in Giannis because then I can't get to a lot of those 7K guys. I think a lot of these 7K guys could go for 45, 50, and you won't need Giannis on this slate. Even if Giannis does have a good game, you probably might not need him. What do you think is the best bang for your buck with Jokic, Antetokounmpo with Scrubs, or Morant and Valanciunas? I prefer like the Morant-Valanciunas mid-range build. At least right now. That could all change from now to a lot, depending on if any value opens up. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be jamming in Jokic or Giannis on this slate. I'd love to, but just there's better options, I think, in the mid-range today. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm ready to get some tips and pointers. Thanks in advance, Noah. Hey, thanks for being here, Robert. Thanks for being here, man. Hopefully I can show you the way. It's so hard to get away from D-Rose. He's way too cheap. Yeah, D-Rose, basically since he's been starting, he's been really good. I wouldn't say he's too cheap, but he's still in play for me. He was too cheap when he was like 4,600. Now that he's 5,700, I wouldn't say he's too cheap, but yeah, he's still in play. Still a solid option. Schroeder's going to be low owned. I'd assume so, yeah. On Yahoo for GPP, would you play a lineup with studs, small forward, power forward, and centers and find some value at guard? I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to do that because I don't know if there's a ton of guard value on Yahoo. Like a lot of the value today, if there is value, like if there is any value, it's like Desmond Bane for $11 if you were to play him, but he's a small forward on Yahoo. So I don't think I'm going to go that route. Especially like because Ja's underpriced, J-Val's underpriced on Yahoo. Like those are the kind of guys I'm looking to. J-Val or Ja, if you can only get to one, probably Ja. Just because there's a lot of other centers you can play. Like you have Jakob Poeltl now, you have Nerlens Noel who's still too cheap. Ayton is viable. You could obviously pay up for Jokic. Whereas guard, there's plenty of other guard options too, but I think Ja is definitely one of my favorite guards. So I guess I'd take Ja, but it's very likely that I play both of them. How do you feel about Morant, Beal, Dozier, Collins, Jokic, Bane, Winslow, Noel? That's pretty solid, Brendan. Pretty solid for now. Do you weigh in the back-to-back factor whenever you select your pay-up options? Not really, Chris. I'll be honest. I mean, I've got burned this year, playing guys on back-to-backs, and they've gotten limited minutes kind of. Like I remember it happened earlier this season with the Spurs. The Spurs were on a back-to-back. It was a great matchup, and they all got limited minutes. So I mean, that could happen tonight. Like they played an overtime game last night. Sure, we could get limited minutes from all the Spurs starters, but unless we hear otherwise, I'm just going to assume that they play their full minutes. So, I'm not getting away from any Spurs guys today, even though it is a back-to-back. Or even like Jokic. I mean, I know the Nuggets played last night, but Jokic, we've seen, even in back-to-backs, is still going to play his normal 36, 38 minutes. What's up, Noah? Who do you like at 4,500 or cheaper? Probably Trey Lyles. If Keldon Johnson's out, I'd take Trey Lyles there. He's 4,200. So, yeah, probably go with him. We think of this lineup, assuming Butler's out again, Nunn, Dragic, MPJ, Collins, Joval, Ja, Brooks, Rose. That looks pretty solid, Michael. Pretty solid for now. Any love for Chris Paul? I think Chris Paul's viable. This is a slate where there's other guards I think I'd rather go to, like Ja Morant for cheaper. If Jaylen Brown gets ruled out, I think I'm going to prefer Kemba. But, yeah, I mean, Chris Paul, he's been so good lately. I have no issues with Chris Paul. Noel locked for 35-plus minutes with no Gibson. Yeah, he's been getting huge minutes. He's played like 40 minutes the last 2 games, and he probably gets like close to 40 minutes again. Noel does, so he feels very safe, honestly. Would you play Ja Morant or Drew Holiday? I mean, I'd play Ja Morant there. Holiday got only like 18 minutes in his first game back. I mean, he's just super risky until we see the minutes get back to normal. It's really tough to roster Drew Holiday right now. Joval, a top 10 point per dollar play. I mean, he's up there. Like, I really like Joval. I think him and Ja Morant are both underpriced. Like, Ja Morant should be $8K in this matchup. Joval should be close to that. Both of them are too cheap, in my opinion. Stud guards or stud big men on Yahoo. I mean, probably like the guards, like in the mid range. That's where I'm going to be spending my salary. Because at center, you have J-Val, who's too cheap, in my opinion. You have Nerlens Noel. You have Jakob Poeltl now with Aldridge out. There's plenty of other centers. I don't see why you need to spend up at center on this slate, honestly. Jakob Poeltl or Nerlens Noel over on Yahoo's center spot. Yeah, that's a super close one for me. I think Poeltl gives you more point per minute upside. Like, Poeltl could drop 40, I think. No, obviously Noel could as well, but I think the minutes will be higher for Noel. I think the upside is higher for Poeltl, so I'd probably take Poeltl there. I would prefer Bane, Melton, and Winslow over Brooks for cheaper. I mean, yeah. Brooks is one of those guys, Dylan Brooks, you never know what you're going to get from him, but it's a good matchup. It's a great game environment. It's a fast-paced game. Like, he could have, one of those nights where he just knocks down like 7 threes and has a really good game. I'm fine with Dylan Brooks on this slate. But sure, you could play those guys for cheaper. What do you think about Justice Winslow? I think he's in play. I'm not a big fan of him. He's probably going to play like 20 minutes. He's been somewhat productive this year when he's gotten minutes. If Kyle Anderson were to be out, that would make me feel better about Winslow just because that's one less body in the rotation. But yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather play Desmond Bane for cheaper. I think Bane's minutes are more secure, especially if he's starting again. 2 centers today, Joval and Noel. I mean, yeah, if you want to go that route, that's totally fine with me. I like both those guys tonight. Kawhi or Randall? Probably Kawhi there. We think of Ja, Dozier, Winslow, Giannis, Joval, Nunn, Brooks, Collins. I mean, that's solid. Nunn, I'd only consider Nunn if Jimmy's out. But yeah, if Jimmy's out again, Nunn's a really solid play. Hopefully Joval doesn't have 4 fouls early in the second quarter tonight. I'll see a tweet from you if he does, dude. I hate to jinx it, but man, if Joval and Morant can't get the job done here, like at home against Washington or on the road against Washington, like if we don't get 40 plus from Joval and Morant together, I mean, these dudes are they're dead to me at this point. Like this is the last straw for Ja Morant. I play this dude so much and he just buries me every night. If he doesn't get it done tonight, I mean, I'm done. I can't play him anymore. I've lost too much money playing Ja Morant. Is Joker and Greek Freak a good contrarian option? I mean, I don't think you're gonna see a ton of lineups with both those guys. So yeah, that'll be a contrarian build for sure. I don't see a ton of people paying up for Jokic and Giannis together in the same lineup. You like Kemba tonight? If Kemba or if Jaylen Brown's out, then yes, I do like Kemba. If Jaylen Brown plays, I don't like many Celtics at all. If Jaylen Brown plays, what's your thoughts on running back Beal with J-Val and Ja? I mean, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Shooting guard is pretty bad on Yahoo. There's not a ton of options I really like. You have like Derrick Rose. You got Lonnie Walker, who's viable now that Aldridge is out. I feel a little bit better about him. But yeah, there's not a ton of standout plays at shooting guard. So if you can pay up for Beal, no problems with that. Winslow or Matthews? I mean, I'd take Winslow there. I think Joval just didn't want to play last game. I mean, yeah, it's possible. I don't know. He played 12 minutes last game. Got 4 fouls. He just wasn't interested. I mean, they were winning by like 50, so they weren't going to bring Joval back into the game anyway. My lineup now is Ja, Bane, Kawhi, Giannis, Noel, Bogdan, Winslow, and CP3. I mean, Bogdan's risky because he hasn't played in almost 2 months. You don't know how many minutes he's going to get. Like, Bogdan could literally play 10 minutes tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised. But he's minimum salary, so... I mean, I guess he can't really kill your lineup, even if he only does play 10 minutes. But it is risky just because he hasn't played in so long. We don't know a specific number. If we get a specific number on Bogdan's minutes, that's either going to make me more interested in him or less interested in him, depending on how many minutes he's going to play. MPJ thoughts? I mean, yeah, I like MPJ. He's been getting the minutes. He's been on the good side of Mike Malone lately. I think we get 35, 36 minutes from MPJ tonight. He's a productive player when he gets minutes. He can score. He can rebound. In a fast-paced game, MPJ has plenty of upside. I played him last night on Yahoo. Probably going to play him again tonight, most likely. You think Pat Bev can shut down Kemba? I mean, if Jaylen Brown gets ruled out, I don't really care about that. Like, the offense is going to run through Kemba and Tatum if Brown's out, so... Pat Bev's probably going to harass him, but like it doesn't matter, honestly. Pat Bev really doesn't play a ton of minutes either. Like, he's not going to be out there guarding Kemba every possession. Beverly, he plays like 20 minutes a night, if that. Is Noel really worth eating the chalk? I mean, the minutes have been there, which is if Noel plays 40 minutes again, I mean, he's very likely to pay off a $5,200 salary. And they've been running him into the ground with Taj Gibson out, so... That's your call, but yeah, I think Noel, it makes sense why he's popular. He's going to play a ton of minutes as long as he's not in foul trouble or anything. Would you stack around the top two from Memphis, Ja and Joval, and from Wizards, Westbrook and Beal on Yahoo, the rest with value? I mean, I don't know if I'd play all four of those guys in the same lineup. That just feels like too much. I don't think I'd really do that, but Ja and Joval, I'm totally fine playing them in the same lineup just because they're not as expensive as Beal and Westbrook. Do you prefer Bertans or Winslow, Bane? I prefer the Memphis guys there, Winslow and Bane, over Bertans. Got 307 on Yahoo last night using your stuff. Thanks for always providing the best content. Let's get it tonight. Hey, good to hear, Jacob. I'm glad to hear that, man. Hey, best of luck tonight. Hope you can get another W. Beal or DeRozan? I mean, if you have the salary, I'd say play Beal. But I like DeRozan more now that Aldridge is out. But yeah, if you have the salary, just play Beal there. Who has the bigger fantasy night in head-to-head, the Joker or Greek Freak? I mean, I guess if I had to take, just raw points, I think Giannis probably outscores Jokic. Giannis is he's a guy that I feel so confident in, like, every night. Like, even in a bad night from Giannis, he's still going to give you, like, 50. So, it's really hard for Giannis to tank your lineup unless he has, like, some crazy, just bad game. But normally, he just does so much with the rebounds. He gets assists. He blocks shots. He can get defensive stats. Like, a bad night from Giannis, he can still give you, like, 50. So, I'd take Giannis there. It's just on this slate, getting 50 from Giannis is not going to be good enough because there's a lot of guys in the 7K range that can easily go for 50. But yeah, if Giannis goes out there and puts up like 80 tonight, then you're probably going to need him, I'd say. But even if Giannis has like 60, 65, it's very likely that he's not in the winning lineup because these mid-range guys have plenty of upside and are all underpriced. Pirtle 5,800, Valanciunas 7K on FanDuel, better point per dollar play. I'd probably say Valanciunas there if you can get to him. It all depends on your lineup, I guess, and how you're constructing your lineup. But if you have the salary, I think I'd play Valanciunas. I've been reading things, and they have thoughts on never spending over 10K for a player ever. Just wondering what you think. I mean, that's stupid, David. You look at the winning lineups, you'll see 10K guys in the winning lineups all the time. Just saying, I'm never going to pay 10K for a player. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, Giannis could go for 70 tonight and be in the winning lineup. So that's dumb to say you're never going to pay 10K for anybody. Making two lineups, one with Jokic and Giannis, and the other with Ja and Joval, Westbrook with value. One with Jokic and Giannis, other with Ja, Joval, Westbrook. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm fine with that, John. I don't know if there's a ton of value to where you can get Jokic and Giannis together. I don't know if I'd be comfortable playing that lineup, but if you can make it work, go ahead. Giannis is always the best expensive player. It's an easy 65 to 70 points. Yeah, I'd agree there. I mean, Giannis, his floor is just on another level. And basically this season, I mean, he's just been so good. Especially since they're now giving him, 36 minutes, 38 minutes in close games. Like, his floor is just so high. Thoughts on Herter and Collins? Not really on Kevin Herter, but I do like John Collins quite a bit. Kevin Herter is just not a guy that I really play that often. He's usually only someone I ever consider when, like Trae Young's out, but I don't play Herter when the team's, mostly fully healthy. You project any of the sub 4K Spurs getting significant minutes? I don't want to say any of the sub 4K guys probably will, but I think Trey Lyles, right above 4K will. But I don't feel confident that like Keita Bates-Diop or Luka or any of these guys get a ton of minutes. I mean, if I had to pick of any of these guys that plays the most minutes, it'd probably be Luka, but that doesn't mean I really want to play him, honestly. We think about this lineup: Schroeder, Rose, Morant, MPJ, Batum, Giannis, Valanciunas, Brook Lopez. I mean, I'm not really on Batum, but the rest is solid for now. Is D-Rose going to be able to sustain his play with all these minutes? I mean, I don't think it's going to affect it too much. I mean, he's been playing well lately. I don't see why. I mean, maybe he slows down if he's playing these big minutes every night. Maybe it gets to him at some point, but I don't think that's something we can really predict. So I still like D-Rose. The mustache coming in nicely, bro. I appreciate that, David. Appreciate that, man. Dragic or none? I mean, I'm probably going to only consider those two guys if Jimmy's out. If I had to pick one, honestly, I'd probably still take Dragic. And, obviously that came back to bite me last slate. But, yeah, if Butler's out again, I'd probably take Dragic there. But I really like both guys. Both guys would be really solid plays. What's up, Noah? Hey, what's up, Nashville boss? What's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Rose or Schroeder? I'd probably take Derrick Rose there. That's a close one, but I'd probably go with Rose. I would think Jamal Murray will be low-owned on this slate, being he's a bit expensive. There are a lot of decent lower-owned or lower-price options. He had a bad game last night. Yeah, Murray's going to be low-owned. I feel pretty confident saying that. He'll be under 10% owned, Jamal Murray will. Maybe even under 5% owned. I mean, last night in a great matchup against the Bulls, on Yahoo I played him, and he was like 8% owned. And his price is super cheap there, so yeah, he'll be low-owned, 100%. I never get John Collins right. Every time I play him, he busts. I mean, I feel you there, King Carter. John Collins is not someone I've played a ton this year. I mean, I think the last time, I can't remember the last time I played him. I think the last time I played him was when Trey was out. It was a while ago. And he had a solid night, but yeah, Collins is someone I haven't played much this year just because he has been so inconsistent, but he's been playing a lot better lately. The minutes have been up. I'm sure I'm going to play Collins tonight, and then he'll go back to playing 25 minutes, and he'll give me 24 fantasy points, but he's too cheap if he's going to be playing 35, 36 minutes. I have no idea if he gets that tonight, but I think I'm willing to take the risk. I don't know what his ownership's going to be like, but I'd assume it's not going to be that high. John Collins, that is. Murray worth it in cash stung me yesterday, but feel he's drawing me back today. I mean, I probably wouldn't go to Jamal Murray in cash. Unless you're Jamal Murray or Deontay Murray. I don't think I'd play either one in cash, but yeah. You're probably playing John Morant in cash, I'd assume. He probably makes the most sense. DeRozan sneaky low ownership. I'm not sure what his ownership's going to be. I mean, I think DeRozan gets a nice bump with Aldridge out. If people aren't going to play DeRozan tonight, then yeah, I really like DeRozan because he gets a big boost with Aldridge out, and we've seen big games from DeRozan in the past when Aldridge has missed. So yeah, I like DeRozan. I don't know what his ownership's going to be like, though. I don't think it's going to be that high. You like MPJ against the Bucks? Yeah, I do. I think with him getting 35, 36 minutes a night like he's been lately, he's going to have a lot of 35, 40-plus point games, and we saw that last night. It's another fast-paced game, pretty good game environment. I'm still interested in MPJ. Last time I played John Collins, he got concussed. Hey, shit happens, man. I feel you. I haven't been killed by injuries too much this season. I can't remember the last guy I played that got injured. I remember I played J-Val one night and he had to leave for COVID protocols. He just left halfway through the game. That was super tilting. Dylan Brooks or Lonnie Walker? I'd take Dylan Brooks there if you have the salary. Schroeder, MPJ, or Ja and Bane? Give me Ja and Bane. Both Murrays should be low owned tonight. Yeah, I'd agree there. I think Jamal Murray and DeJounte Murray, they're both going to be pretty low owned. Kawhi, Bam, without Jimmy, or Murray for last util spot. I'd say if Jimmy's out, I would take Bam. If Jimmy plays, then I'd probably take Kawhi there. Thoughts on Bridges and Jay Crowder? I don't have much interest in either one, honestly. I just don't really play those guys. Like I don't think I've played Jay Crowder at all this season. And Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges, I've played him like once, but I don't have much interest in either one tonight. Derozan or Booker? That's close. Give me Derozan though. Now that Aldridge is out, give me Derozan. DeJounte Murray or DeMar DeRozan? I'd prefer DeRozan, I think. Especially with all the other guards that stand out today. DeRozan is rarely high owned, so you should be fine if you're trying to be different. I mean, yeah, he's normally not that popular. If he was like 7K today, I think DeRozan would be like probably one of the highest owned players on the slate. But he's only 8,100, so he's not going to get nearly as much ownership. He's not going to really pop in projection models. Robinson and Middleton. I mean, I'm not really on Middleton. Robinson, like I don't even know who Robinson is. Oh, Duncan Robinson. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. I mean, I don't have much interest in either one. Like now that Drew Holiday's back, I just don't want to pay for Chris Middleton. Lemon pepper or teriyaki wings? I think I'd take teriyaki there. What's up, Noah? Showdown Memphis versus Washington. Who you taking for captain? I mean, I don't really look at Showdown. If I had to, I'd probably take like Moran or J-Val. I'm assuming they're somewhat cheaper than like Westbrook and Beal. So give me like probably Morant. I'd take. Chris Paul at LA, he has unfinished business there if you're old enough to remember. I mean, sure, you could buy into that narrative, I guess. What's up, going back to the well with Joe-Val, like Dozier as a value? Yeah, we're going back to the well on Joe-Val. Hopefully it doesn't come back to burn me again, but I feel pretty confident that I'm playing Valanciunas tonight. I bet you'll eat some good food during your 5-day vacation. Oh yeah, we've already got some planned places where we're going to eat. We're definitely going to eat Shake Shack at least once. The area we're going to be in has a Shake Shack, so definitely going to eat there at least once because that's something that we don't have where I live. But whenever I get near a Shake Shack, we got to eat that. And then we're going to eat some nice steakhouses and stuff for dinner. But going to eat like Shake Shack for lunch and stuff. It's just going to be nice, man. It's going to be nice not having to stare at my phone all day, look at lineups and stuff. Just get away from DFS for a couple days. I've been playing DFS almost every day for like the last 4 to 5 years. So I usually always look forward to the All-Star break. Just get a couple days off. If Jimmy is in, would you play him on Yahoo? On this slate, he'd be viable like for tournaments. I think he'd be really low owned, especially if we don't get that news till later in the day or later in the night. There's other small forwards I think I'd prefer over Jimmy for cheaper, like DeRozan, Michael Porter. But yeah, Jimmy would be viable for sure. Paul George or DeRozan? I'd probably take DeRozan, honestly. Randall or Bam? If Jimmy's out, I'd go with Bam. If Jimmy plays, then you could take Randall there. What's your thoughts on my lineup? None. Lonnie Walker, Schroeder, MPJ, Randall, Collins, Bam, Pirtle. That looks pretty decent for now. How you feel about Randall for cash? I don't think I'd be playing Randall in cash on this slate. Too many other plays that stand out, better points per dollar wise. Randall's someone, I never mind playing, but this isn't a slate where I think he's like a top cash play or a guy you're building around in cash. Which Washington center plays more minutes tonight? Hey, your guess is as good as mine, man. I have no idea. At this point, I'm just not even trying to guess that. I've quit playing those Washington centers. Just not even going to try. Fool with it. Trey Lyles a good pick tonight. Yeah, now that Aldridge is out, I have a lot more interest in Trey Lyles, especially if Keldon Johnson does not play either. He's currently questionable. If Keldon Johnson's out too, I feel pretty confident that we get pretty big minutes from Trey Lyles. So I'd have a good amount of interest in him. Paul or Booker? I mean, I'm fine with either one as like a last piece in or like a tournament option. I don't think I'd be building my lineup around those guys. If I had to pick one, I think I'd prefer Chris Paul, but it's a coin flip. I mean, we've seen Paul be more consistent lately. Booker probably gives you the more upside because he's he can go out there and drop 40 real life points any night. But yeah, I don't think either one are like top options for me. Waffle House is my Shake Shack. I feel you, Todd. We've got a Waffle House. We got a couple where I live. I'm not a big Waffle House guy, but man, like Shake Shack, love that. Love Chipotle. We don't have one where I live, but there's a couple, about an hour away. But yeah, a lot of those places. There's places like that where I just don't get to eat them often, but when I can, man, I look forward to it. Chris Paul or Valanciunas? Give me Joe Val. How you feel about Tatum or Leonard under 9K? Tatum, if Jaylen Brown's out, I really like Tatum again. Leonard, yeah, he does feel a little bit too cheap on DK. It's not a good matchup, but anytime you can get Kawhi, at 8,800 like he is today, he's for sure viable. Is there a reason chat's so high on John Collins? I'm missing something. I mean, John Collins, he's been super inconsistent this year. Like at this point, you don't know what you're getting from John Collins. He could go out there tonight and put up 50. He could go out there and put up 20. Like, I mean, the range of outcomes are just so wide. But he's been playing a lot better lately. The minutes have been up. John Collins has always been a productive player, always been a guy that has upside. So with him playing better lately, with the minutes being there, I'm pretty high on John Collins tonight. I think if he does get 35, 36 minutes again, it's very likely that he pays off, 6,800. You think Kawhi and PG will be low owned tonight? I don't think PG will be that popular. I think Kawhi will probably be like 15% owned maybe. I don't think either ones are going to be like massive chalk though. Waffle House flashback scattered, smothered, and covered. I don't know what that means. Collins had 58 fantasy points. I'm going to roster him. I mean, I don't want to point chase, but it's good to see Collins playing a lot better lately. Maybe he just needed to get going, and now he can kind of turn things on. Thanks for the help. Good luck. Hey, good luck to you as well, Anthony. Wouldn't drive an hour for Chipotle? Oh, come on, Mike. When you don't get to eat it that often, it tastes so much better when you do. I love Chipotle, man. Basically, the first day I tried Chipotle, it was so good. 20 minutes enough for Bogdanovich to be worth it at 3K, assuming he is limited to 20 minutes. I mean, if we know he's going to play 20 minutes, then at 3K, he'd be viable. We don't know how many minutes he's going to play, though. We don't really have a number yet. I think all they said was he was going to be on a minutes limit. They didn't say a specific number. Morant, Rose, Herter, Batum, Valanciunas, Morris, Porter, Portis, and Jokic. I mean, I don't really like Batum, or Herter. The rest is solid though. CP3, Walker, Bogdanovich, DeRozan, John Collins, Lyles, Noel, Jokic. I mean, yeah, that's fine for now, I guess. Thoughts on Winslow? I mean, yeah, we mentioned Winslow. I'd feel better about him if Kyle Anderson gets ruled out. But if Kyle Anderson plays, I think Winslow only gets about 18 to 20 minutes. Sure, you could still roster him in a good matchup. But I think Winslow would only be in my player pool if Kyle Anderson gets ruled out. Waffle House has many ways to get hash browns. That's just 3 of them. Oh, I got you. I got you, Mark. So, smothered, covered, scattered. Oh, I got you there. You like Trey Lyles or Brook Lopez? About same price point. If Keldon Johnson's out, I'd go with Trey Lyles. So, luckily, you'll know, you can swap to Brook Lopez in that case. So if we get news Keldon Johnson's playing, then you could just swap to Lopez. But I prefer Lyles if Johnson is out. Because I think if there were to be no Johnson, no Rudy Gay, no LaMarcus Aldridge, I mean, there'd be massive minutes available for Trey Lyles. He'd have to play at least 30 minutes, I'd assume. Really, I think one of the reasons he hasn't been getting as many minutes lately just because, Aldridge been getting decent run off the bench, but now there's no Aldridge. Feel pretty confident that we get like 30-plus minutes from Trey Lyles. Do you get a lot of slack from your family being from South Carolina but being an FSU fan? No, I mean, my dad was an FSU fan his whole life, so it's nothing new. No, let's get it, man. 40 minutes strong. Yeah, we've been live for about 40 minutes. We'll be live for probably 15, 20 more minutes, guys. But as always, man, thank all you guys for tuning in. I know we're starting to get to that point like later on in the season. People starting to lose interest and stuff, but I appreciate all you guys, sticking with me all season, man. Watching the videos, watching the live streams, hitting the like button. Always appreciate the support. I have a feeling when the All-Star break gets here and then, when we come back from the All-Star break that, people will come back to DFS. I assume that's usually how it always is. Hit the like button? Yeah, guys, hit the like button. I appreciate all the likes for sure. Appreciate all you liking and subscribing. Thank you, Noah. See you all and subscribed. Hey, thank you for being here, Clement. Thank you for subscribing, man. I appreciate that. Good luck tonight, brother. It's like these secondary players in these slates been blowing up lately, don't you think? I mean, yeah, like there's just been a lot of guys just randomly popping off lately. And a lot of chalk's been busting lately. That's another thing. Like with the Charlotte guys last night, I mean, so many Charlotte guys were too cheap, going to play big minutes. And, P.J. Washington was terrible. Malik Monk, Miles Bridges were both mediocre at best. Like, it's been frustrating. It's been frustrating lately. Is it Carolina's 420 friendly? I don't think so, Robert. I mean, I don't smoke, but I don't think so. Appreciate the stream again. Love the first look. Love the first look night before videos. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you as well, J-Rob. Glad you enjoy the videos, man. CP3, Melton, Booker, Barrett, Randall, Collins, Pirtle, and Noel for today. I mean, that looks pretty decent for now. I don't know if this was answered, but what's a good game stack if you had to stack a game? I mean, I don't think there's never games I feel like I have to stack. You know, I just kind of build out my lineup, and then if it turns out I have a stack of a game, then it turns out that way. But I feel like I'm going to have a good amount from the Memphis-Washington game. I'm definitely going to have at least a couple Memphis guys in my lineup on both sides probably. And, you know, Washington, don't know if I'm going to get many Washington guys, but I do really like the Memphis guys. Lyles or Pirtle, a better value. If Keldon Johnson's out, I'd like the savings on Trey Lyles. Is it smart to play Ja and Russ together? I mean, you can do that. I don't see any reason why not. I just don't know if I'd play like Russ and Beal together. I think that might be a little bit too much. Good luck tonight. Great content as always. I appreciate that, Marcus. Good luck tonight, man. Good luck, y'all. Let's get this money. Yeah, good luck, T-Money. Good luck, brother. Late to the stream, bud. Is Jaylen Brown playing tonight? He is still questionable. Him and Jimmy Butler are both still questionable. The big question, Giannis or Jokic or both? I mean, if I can only choose one, I'd prefer Giannis, I think. I don't know if this is a slate where you're going to be able to play both or where I'd really want to play both because there's too many guys in the mid-range that I like to where I'd be jamming in Giannis and Jokic. Know my guy, been on a big slump the last week. I need the dub. Good luck, my bro. Hey, good luck to you as well, Clinton. I've been on a slump too, man, but good luck tonight. Hopefully we can right the ship tonight for sure. I got a good feeling about this slate. At least I'll know early on if my night's over, depending on how Moran and J-Val play. Went to Clemson, had Chipotle once. The cooks were terrible. It ruined my experience. Oh, I hate that for you, Chris. But man, when I've really never had like a bad Chipotle experience. I guess the only bad thing, you know, you could maybe like if you go on a day where they're really busy or like the food's not ready, like you get ready to order and then like they don't have any chicken ready. You have to wait for it to cook. Like that's the only issue you ever have with Chipotle. But I've never had Chipotle and the food's been bad. It's always so good. Love Chipotle, man. I wish we had one where I lived. Sucks. Rose or Schroeder? I'd take Derrick Rose there. Thanks for your inputs, Noah. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it, Robert. Let's get it, man. Got to go. Great content. Thanks again. Hey, appreciate you tuning in, Todd. Good luck tonight, man. Do you look at any Miami guards if Jimmy is out or primarily Bam? If Jimmy's out, I like Dragic and Nunn quite a bit. Hero, I wish he's a little bit more expensive than them, so I don't think I'm as high on Hero. But yeah, Dragic and Nunn are going to become really good options if Jimmy's out again. I lost a head-to-head to a guy that played PJ Tucker against me. Should I retire? Yikes. Yikes. That's pretty damn bad. I don't want to say you should retire. If anything, you should be trying to play that dude again. So whoever you played, you should be trying to send him invites and play him again. Hey, if I play someone head-to-head and they've got a really shitty lineup, even if they beat me, I'm going to try and play him again. You always got to try and find people that, you know, have bad lineups. Appreciate it, brother. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck, Elias. Love the streams, man. Who are the good value plays tonight? Couldn't make it for the first part of the stream. I mean, value, there really isn't a ton of great cheap plays, but if Desmond Bane starts, he's 3,400. I'd like him a good amount as a value. Good matchup, great game environment. Probably would play around 30 minutes. If Kyle Anderson were to be ruled out as well, that would just make me feel even better about Bane just because that'd be one less guy they'd have in the rotation. So Bane's in play for cheap. If Keldon Johnson's out, I like Trey Lyles. I think Trey Lyles is going to play over 30 minutes if we get no Keldon Johnson because LaMarcus Aldridge has been ruled out too. So they're just really thin at the power forward spot. I mean, those are a couple guys I'm looking to for value. But like I said, there's a lot of guys in the mid-range that look good today. In the 7K, 6K range, I don't know if this is a slate where I'm jamming in a bunch of 3K guys and then paying up for Giannis and all these other studs. And normally I do like to go that route, you know, stars and scrubs, but this doesn't feel like a slate where that's the move. At least not for me. Waiting for fresh chicken is worth it? Oh yeah, it's worth it in the end. It's annoying. Forward under 4,600, it'd probably be Trey Lyles there, assuming you don't already have him. What about Ja, J-Val with Westbrook, or do you prefer Beal over Westbrook? I mean, I'm fine playing Ja and J-Val with Westbrook. I don't see any reason why you can't do that. Like I said earlier, I just don't know if I'd play Westbrook and Beal together. Beal or Westbrook for GPP? I think Westbrook just gives you more upside because he can do more with, you know, the peripherals. He has that triple-double upside, so I'd probably take Westbrook, but it's so close between the two. I mean, basically every slate, both project just so similarly. Thank you, bro. Sure thing, man. Sure thing. Is it possible to send head-to-head matches on Yahoo? I haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, T-Bone, just you go to create a contest, you create a head-to-head, and then you can invite players, and you can type in their username. Which optimizer do you use? If you don't, which one is the best? I mean, Bobby, right now, I don't use any optimizer. I just hand build my lineups. Back when RotoGrinders optimizer used to be free, I used to use it a lot, especially during baseball season. Like, baseball is a sport where I think playing a lot of lineups makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's so many optimizers out there. I don't use one, so I don't really want to recommend one. But the one I did use was RotoGrinders back when it was free. It's not free anymore. But basically what I would do is I'd pull up the optimizer. I'd basically just X out the entire player pool and then just kind of, add in the guys that I wanted. And if I crunched out my lineups and I wasn't getting enough exposure to a player that I wanted to, I would just boost their projection a little bit. So, like, say for today, if I build out my lineups, or if I crunch and I get, only 20% Moran and I want more than that, then I'll just add his or boost his projection a little bit, so that way I get him into more lineups. It's pretty easy to figure out. And I was able to be pretty successful when I did use the optimizers, but you're confident going against thousands of people who use one? I mean, I don't really play like the big tournaments, Bobby. I play single entry, so with me just playing one lineup, I want to play against other people who have only one lineup. So I think single entry tournaments are great. Just it's fair playing grounds. It's your one lineup against everyone else's one lineup. I mean, sure, you could chase the big GPPs, chase that 100K win, but let's be honest, man. I mean, if you're playing just a handful of lineups, even if you do play 150, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win. Like, people think, oh, you play 150 lineups, you probably win every night. That is far from the truth. I mean, the optimizers are not just going to spit out good lineups. You have to, adjust the settings, adjust the projections to get the lineups that you want. People just think they're going to, they click generate 150 lineups and expect to just print money. It just doesn't work like that. Is Memphis Washington the best game to find value players? I mean, right now, like Desmond Bane's, I think, a decent value. There's not really a ton of great value in that game, but Desmond Bane, I think, is a solid value, assuming he does start again. If Kyle Anderson gets ruled out, then there'll be more Memphis value plays for sure. Guys like Winslow, Brandon Clark will become viable, cheap options if Anderson gets ruled out. Yeah, 3-entry max, same thing, Bobby. I mean, 3-entry max, single entry, basically, if you're only playing 3 lineups a night, just putting those 3 lineups in a 3-entry max tournament is great. It's a great way to play. So it's a lot better to do that than putting those 3 lineups in the 100K to first tournament, the $15 where you're playing against 60, 70,000 other people. Because your chances of winning those tournaments they're slim to none. And the payout structures in those tournaments are terrible as well. Whereas there's other smaller field tournaments that have way better payout structures. They're not as top heavy like that one is. Like, you could have a really good lineup in that tournament and only place, or maybe only triple or double your money, but then you have a really good lineup in a smaller field tournament and you actually win and take down the thing. Barrett or Dragic if Jimmy's out? If Jimmy's out, I would take Dragic there. I mean, like we said earlier, if Jimmy gets ruled out, Dragic burned me last slate, but I'm fine going right back to him. We've seen the upside that Dragic has when Jimmy's out, and especially when he's playing 30 plus minutes, which last game I think he did play about 30 minutes. So yeah, I really like Dragic if Jimmy's out. Guys, we'll be live for just a few more minutes. If you got any last minute questions, throw them in the chat. But as always, man, appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the support as always. Willie Jones, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, brother. He says good luck tonight and good luck to you as well, Willie. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that. We'll be live for about 5 more minutes, guys. Just answer any last minute questions you guys got. See if I missed any up here. Thoughts on Rj Barrett? Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Barrett. I think I probably would rather play Derrick Rose just straight up over Barrett. But yeah, Barrett's viable. I mean, he's not like my favorite play on the slate. But he's another guy, kind of like John Collins. He's been playing a lot better lately. And it's good to see, we've seen Barrett be more productive lately. Any games you think should be swerved? I don't think there's any games that are just like full fades, honestly. At least not for me. I think there's viable plays in almost every game. I would say that if Jaylen Brown winds up playing, there really isn't a ton that I like in the Clippers-Celtics game. So I guess that one would be my least favorite. But even then, you could still play Kawhi. You could still play PG. Is Kemba on your one lineup if Brown is out? I mean, I can't say for sure yet because I haven't built out my lineups yet. But Kemba would be someone that I'm going to be considering. I think I'd still prefer John Morant over Kemba, even if Brown's out. But if I can play Morant and Kemba together, I'm for sure going to try and do that. I mean, Kemba, Tatum, I'd like both a lot if Jaylen Brown's out. What does Patreon offer? King Carter, if you just click the link in the description, it'll take you straight to the Patreon, and it'll show you everything I offer. My core plays, my Discord chat, my cash and GPP sheets, player pools, rankings, all that's available on Patreon. It breaks down everything, though. It shows you what you get for each sport. Just click the link in the description. It'll show you. You have any thoughts on Tyus Jones? I mean, I don't really play Tyus Jones whenever John Morant's healthy. Like, Jones is really only someone I consider when Morant's out. And I don't think there's any reason to look. I know Grayson Allen's out, but if anything, Grayson Allen being out, that affects, Desmond Bane, that affects DeAnthony Melton. I don't think that has much of an impact on Tyus Jones. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the stream here. As always, man, I appreciate our guys' support. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be live most likely same time tomorrow. We'll be live 2 more days. We got Wednesday slate. We got Thursday slate to break down, and then we're done for a couple of days. The All-Star break will be here. We'll have a couple of days off, but appreciate the support, guys. Good luck tonight, as always, man. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. Hope to see you guys there. Good luck tonight, fellas. Good luck.